What's up, guys? Look at this consistency, baby. And in today's video, the Adidas Packer 4D, Ultra 4D. Let's get into it.
I should see your face right now.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. I'm RJ, and before we go any further, I have to apologize for the last video. Apparently, I shot in 720. It was awful quality. I was bummed because the video actually turned out really good, but nonetheless, if you haven't checked it out, that's probably like my favorite Ultra 4D so far. I haven't gotten my social statuses, still waiting, so we'll see if those show up, but nonetheless, last video, go check it out. I'll link it at the end of this video. But today, Packer. I love Packer. If you don't know Packer, go look up Packer. PackerShoes.com, I believe. Easily the best to do it as far as Adidas collaborations. Never ever do they disappoint. Like since their Consortium drops have started years back, they just don't disappoint. I love them. A lot of people thought that this was a lazy collab, and again, just people trying to be dramatic on Twitter. People were saying it was a rip-off of the Kinfolk Ultra Boost because it had a mudguard. Like no other shoes ever had a mudguard before. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure why. You know, because of that was their only real reason behind that one. You know, as far as from the people that I spoke to. But like I always say though, wear what you like what you wear. Don't worry about the people that are running their mouth. Typically, they're just upset they didn't get the shoe and or something else in life, man. Who knows? Anyway, Ultra 4D from Packer and Adidas. Love this shoe. We're gonna break it down, take a look at the materials, all that stuff, then we'll get into pricing, sizing, comfort, and it's gonna be very, very similar to the SNS 4D because essentially same shoe, different materials. However, enough differences to speak on and touch on and all that. So what we have here is a 1.0 Ultra Boost upper. I say that because it was obviously, this is 80% Ultra Boost, right? Minus the midsole. So you've got a 1.0 Ultra Boost upper. There are some additions though. Like I already mentioned, around the toe box, toe cap area, you are gonna have a mud guard. It is, I believe, nubuck in material, maybe suede. I get them mixed up. I don't specialize in materials, but I would say that's more likely than not nubuck. You come back, you do have the Primeknit upper. Very, very plush Primeknit, amazing Primeknit, love it, quality. Through the roof, man. Then you come up, you've got your solid blue cage. Obviously, blue throughout, hits a green, a little bit of orange. Anyway, back up here, all the way up here, then you come up around your ankle area, you are going to have that mesh that is synonymous with the 1.0 upper. So, that being said, we do have flat bluish laces, just a hue of blue. There's several different blues throughout and greens and all that. You got flat cotton blue laces. You got orange lace aglets, lace tips, whatever you refer to them as. And it wouldn't be a Packer collab if you didn't have your alternate laces right there. They are all black with the same orange lace tips, aglets. But we're gonna go ahead and rock with the blues because I think it just makes the shoe look a lot better. Now, before we go any further, I do need to take a look at this. If you look underneath the tongue right here, you can see you do have a tongue tag on each side, a little triangle. This one has the Adidas logo, obviously. Opposite side, they threw in a little P for the Packer right there. If you want to take a closer look, right there, little P for Packer, like I said. And then you can see this like heat transfer tape that runs all the way down and kind of creates a little pattern beneath the laces right there. I didn't really want to take the laces all the way out, but you can kind of get the gist of it right there. Just a little added aesthetic piece right there. It's not necessarily gonna do a whole lot. Might tighten up the midsection of the shoe just a little bit, but nonetheless, that's why I love Packer, man. They always give you a little bit extra, a little more hits, stuff that people don't see when they look at that quick picture online, and then they tend to just judge the shoe, you know, at first glance and never really hold them before they, you know, speak on them. So headed back past the cage, we do have that typical heel cup, both sides exactly the same color, almost a tealish green hit. Get you a little close up right there of that Ultra 4D branding. Obviously on an Ultra Boost, that says Ultra Boost. But on these, it does say Ultra 4D. I was kind of mad at it at first. I thought it was a little cheesy, but then I thought about it, and what else would they have done? It's an Ultra 4D, that's what they decided to call it. We have 4D printing in this gigantic midsole, and you know, they just kind of played on what they had to play with. So shout out to Adidas, man. It is what it is, man. It's a good shoe. I like it. Flip all the way to the back panel, and we do have a nylon strap, but it is fully attached to the shoe right there. So you can see that nylon accent piece right there on the back panel of the shoe, running all the way from the bottom of the cup to the top of the sneaker right here, almost meeting your Achilles area back there. And then just like on the SNS pair, we do have Adidas branding inside. Alternate sneaker features that Packer logo right there. And the cool thing that they did was the pair that has the Adidas Performance logo on the tongue features the Packer logo inside, and vice versa. So again, more attention to detail. Felt like that was worth mentioning for you guys to check out. Now, headed down to the midsole. You have the same exact 4D printed midsole that we saw in the previous video with the SNS pair. However, this is all black. Now, before we go any further, I have said I do not like all black midsoles. I've said that 1.5 million times, but for whatever reason, probably because I'm a Packer fanboy, I like this. I think it works really well with the color of the outsole and the color of the whole upper, everything, all the colors that are involved. I felt like the black was the play right here for the midsole. So Packer did go with an all black 4D printed midsole. Like I said before, these do come from a company called Carbon. Carbon partners with Adidas, provides the printing and all of that, and they've been doing that since it started. So there you go. With that right there is the whole upper. Flip down to the bottom, and you have the same exact rubber outsole that we saw in the previous video. Once again, very redundant. I know, I apologize, but same traction pattern all throughout. These stick to the ground, man. You're not gonna have any issues with traction. You're gonna plant your feet, they're not gonna move. I haven't ran in them. I did a quick jog. I don't recommend them for jogging. They're just not mad comfortable. I'll get into that with comfort, but as far as a casual shoe goes, I love it. So that pretty much breaks down the entire Adidas and Packer 4D. Next thing I want to talk about is pricing. I spoke on it previously and it kind of resonated with a lot of people. Pricing with Adidas is just ridiculous right now. Now, I took a little bit of inspiration from Greg from the Sneak Disc podcast. If you haven't checked them out, go do so right now or after this video. But nonetheless, pricing for Adidas is ridiculous, man. It's just crazy. Maybe all sneakers, but it's just nutty. These come in at 250 bucks. It's just outrageous. There's no real explanation for it. Unless Carbon is charging Adidas $50, $60, $75 for these midsoles, it's just crazy. I don't get it, man. This should be a $180 pair of shoes with an additional upcharge of 20 bucks for the collaboration, consortium, whatever you want to call it. So a $20 upcharge on top of a $180 shoe would make it 200 bucks. Still crazy, but more reasonable, right? And then you go down to the Ultra Boost lineup, they're 180 bucks. Those should be 140, 160 for collabs, stuff like that. So pricing is crazy, and I think we all agree with that. There are still pairs on packershoes.com, I think from like small sizes all the way up to a 9.5 or something. So if you're still looking and you got a smaller foot, go check them out, grab a pair. Even though they're expensive, they're super dope. Outside of that, you've got sizing, true to size. If you've got thick feet, fat feet, whatever you want to call it, and you like a little extra room, half size up. Don't go any bigger, don't go smaller. You'll run into a bunch of problems, either or. So go true to size. That's the best bet. I'm a 10.5. I got a 10.5. They feel phenomenal. One of the best fitting shoes out of the box in recent years, in my opinion. Now, last but certainly not least is comfort. Like I said before about this shoe, it's a great shoe to wear casually. You know, throw on some sweats, some shorts, whatever the fit may be, and just roll with them. Don't try and don't try and go in the gym with these. Don't hop on the treadmill with these. Don't go for a long run in them. They don't work that way. You know, I kind of did a quick jog, like I mentioned earlier, and I could tell right off the bat that these would be a problem, you know, a half a mile, quarter mile down the road, especially for somebody who doesn't run regularly. I wouldn't recommend them for like strenuous activity or even in the gym. It's a casual sneaker, you know, and that's where I'm gonna leave it. So that pretty much sums up the Adidas Packer Ultra 4D collaboration consortium drop, and I love them, man. I'm gonna throw them on feet, give you guys a better look at them. If you have any questions, concerns, whatever it may be, and I didn't address them in the video, do hit me up in the comment section down below. I try my best to get back to everybody who does that. And if you enjoyed the video, do me a favor, thumbs up. I love you guys, man. We're back. Like I said, we're back. I got a ton of ideas rolling through my head, stuff that I want to do, and people I want to bring on here and talk about shoes with. So hopefully we can make that happen in the coming months right here on this channel. Outside of that, subscribe. Like I said, more stuff coming. I love you guys, man. I'm gonna throw these on feet, give you guys a better look at them. And that's gonna do it, guys. I'm out. Peace.